top if we can. The back bottom is okay, but I prefer not to shoot at the cargo door. So we'll see if we can get a little rise up here. There we go. This is where I like to be on the Hercules. Back top. What up, guys? Astro Manny here, back at it again with another video. How you guys doing? What's up? This is it, the next ship build video. If you don't know what ship we're doing, you're not looking at the screen, so I'll let you know. We're doing the Hornet build. We're doing the F7A Mark II, specifically Hornet build, but we will briefly talk about other Hornets in this video as well. So if you like that sort of thing, you know what to do. Smash that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe, all those wonderful things. You can also hit that notification bell and come check us out on the live streams. Come stop by Twitch or YouTube. We do stream on both sides, but hitting that notification bell will let you know when we're live on YouTube, or come follow us on Twitch so you know when we're live there. Appreciate you, all that wonderful stuff. Let's talk about the build. Let's get into it. Let's do it. No missiles! I am making a video. You turd. This is the Shakira Ships Don't Lie skin on my F7A. If you're curious on what skin we're running, I do prefer the Super Hornet skin, like the red and white one with the pretty lady on the side. This is probably my second favorite skin on the Hornets. The Hornets have so many different skins. This is what we call the Shakira Ships Don't Lie skin. Okay. But yeah, Hornet build, let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's get into the business. This is what you guys want to see. So let's pull up Urkel and get that started for you guys. I didn't have it prepared for you guys, but I do have it prepared for, oh, don't sneak peek on one of our future builds. Y'all saw nothing. Okay. I'm gonna remove the webcam and stuff so we can fully talk about the Urkel stuff for you guys here. All right, so here we go. This is going to be our F7A build. Surprise, surprise, animal repeaters, CF repeaters all around the board, panthers and rhinos, right? Okay. Surprise, surprise, military components. Well, actually, there is no military components on this build. It's stealth components and industrial components. Grade A across the board as always. That's the way it is. If you don't know how to get your grade A components, guys, the comments are letting you know. I let you know in the videos. They're very easy to get. It's not like they're hard to get. It just takes a couple of minutes out of your day to drive down to a PAF location and go look for them. So it's not very hard to get your grade A components, guys. I believe in you. You can get them. You could also just type in global chat and ask if anybody has them. And 90% of the time somebody goes, I have them, you can have a piece, and then you can pay for them out of your own pocket, all that stuff. Okay, guys? So moving on to what our build is. This build honestly hasn't changed very much for the current build, or from our current build of 4.1.1. The Hornet is still technically the same build. The only thing we're changing out is to industrial shields over the competition shields. Remember, competition shields were the best in 4.1.1. Now industrial shields give you the most HP, and what we're going for is the most HP, so we're running industrial shields here, and that is the build we're running. Okay, everything else is basically the same. Panthers, rhinos, stock missiles, because I don't mess with missiles. If you want, you can put on your electromagnetic, your dominators, whatever your heart desires. But the important thing is I run industrial grade shields on my fighter ships. As you saw in the Gladius video, I run Palisades. The Hornet is a fighter ship, so I run Palisades, not military grade, because military grade has less HP, and I think the HP pool is more important than the regen when you're in a fighter ship. If you're an interceptor, then I run military grade because regen may be a little bit more important than your maximum HP when you're in an interceptor. Next to talk about, we are running the Eclipse, the stealth grade A power plant, along with our snowblind coolers, because the Hornet at this point in time still has the ability to have full pips. The F7A, still has the ability to run full pips with the Eclipse power plant. So we run the Eclipse instead of the JS400 because you might as well get the stealth bonus on your Hornet because you get max pips anyway. So there's no reason to run a military grade power plant if you're going to get full pips anyways. Now, next up, we'll briefly talk about the Super Hornet to give you guys a little idea on the Super Hornet. The Super Hornet has 3 shields. So if you're going to run the Super Hornet, I do recommend swapping to the JS400 power plant instead of keeping the Eclipse. So that way you can still have full pips in your Hornet. This is definitely what I would recommend, running the JS400 and your 3 Palisades on your Super Hornets. Now you could run the Eclipse in your Super Hornet, but it's not really worth dropping your emissions. It doesn't make a difference. You're in a Super Hornet, you're still going to have 12K IR signature and all this stuff. If you really want to run the Eclipse, that's perfectly fine. And then you would run your pips like this, and you would still have full HP in your shields. You would just have slower regen, which is perfectly fine. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. It's your choice. It's your ship. Fly how you want to fly and have fun with it, right? So JS400 in my opinion for the Super Hornet, but I don't run the Super Hornet anyways. The F7A is insanely better than the Super Hornet, but the Super Hornet is your next best thing. A lot of people want to know my opinions on the Ghost, and to be honest, we're not going to talk too much about the Ghost. It's not really in my wheelhouse. I don't really like the Hornet Ghost. It's just not for me, but we can briefly talk about it. You know, you would run the same stuff that you can here. You would run your animal repeaters where you can, right? Briefly throwing this together. I did not do this one to have it ready for the video, but you get the point. Same setup. Maybe you could run stronger guns in the Ghost if you're running stealth, so maybe running NDBs actually might be the better way in the stealth one. But the problem is you have these crappy power plants, right? You have the size 1 power plants, so you really have to run double slipstream, or honestly you run 1 slipstream and you run 1 snowblind and leave this empty, and then there you go. Look how small you're getting your emissions down. But you can't have full pips. Oh, Urkel's showing you the wrong pips. You're supposed to have a couple more pips in this, so you actually can get. This is what I would run, okay guys? If I was running the stealth Super Hornet, it's exactly how I run, or the stealth Hornet Ghost, it's exactly how I run the Saber, okay? Urkel doesn't show the correct pips. You're supposed to be having an extra 3 pips, I believe, here. Oh, actually an extra 5 pips. You should have an extra 5 pips, because I believe you're supposed to get 14 max power regeneration with your slipstream. So this is what my Mark II Ghost build would look like. That's it. Quick and simple and easy. Run the Spectre, of course, on your power plant. That's all I'm going to go for on today's explanation on the Urkel builds. I will have this in the description. This is the build we're running, the F7A with the Eclipse, full pips, and let's just showcase how it runs in the game and go play and have some fun. Quick and easy. We're going to run a red level patrol for you guys. PvE. We're going to run some PvE for you guys and showcase just the firepower that the Hornet really does have. It is the stronger, more powerful fighter in the arsenal, right? Hits a little bit harder than the Gladius, or actually a lot harder than the Gladius. But the thing is, you are a lot more maneuverable. We got a couple questions in chat as I turn back on my webcam and stuff. We had a question of, are there changes to components again in 4.2? Yes, probably there are changes to components again in 4.2, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. We're not in 4.2. We don't play the game how the game is going to be in the future. We play the game how the game is now. I show you how to play the game now, and then I will show you how to play the game later when it changes. We will adapt and all those things as it happens. We're not going to prepare for a dream or a future that actually never comes. So we're going to play the game now, today, and then when today is tomorrow, then we'll adjust to that at that point. But today, this is the build. This is the best way to run your ships today. And that is my mentality, the way I run it. I don't care about the future of Star Citizen. I care about today's Star Citizen. When the future gets here, we will adjust and play and still win and still be the best. Right? So here we are going into our first patrol. We got to protect the ship going on with our Hornet. Remember, this is a red level one, and we're doing this 100% solo. Okay?
Okay, good. You found it. Operations
100% solo here in our Hornet. Coming into a red level mission.
Mayday, mayday! Outlaws are attacking my ship!
It is going to be rough. We're going to take out this Cuddy first. Cuddies can be rough. We're also got to watch out for hurricanes. Hurricanes could be rough. So again, I run the animal repeaters just so I could have the best accuracy. And really, you have 6 guns on your ship, guys. You have 6 guns. You have firepower. You don't need attritions. Somebody asked me the other day, why don't I talk about the ADARs? And I always talk about attritions. When I say attritions, I count ADARs as attritions, guys. Because they are attritions. We're fighting against a hurricane now. The most dangerous one of the bunch. We are fighting the most dangerous ship of the bunch. And remember, we're solo. So be careful, solo. It's a red level mission. So we're taking a lot of beatings here. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't let them win. Is that a Reliant on me or something? That thing is a pain in the ass.
Where the hell are you going?
Don't worry about me, dog. You got a buck.
Shields hit.
We're solo, man. We're just trying to live.
Target destroyed.
Pressure on them.
Oh my god. The hurricane hurts so much, guys. Watch out for hurricanes, dude. For real, guys. Watch out for hurricanes. Watch out for... Oh, that's double hurricane. That's why we're having so much trouble. Alright, we're gonna fall back. Get a little bit of shields. Deal with the double hurricane situation we have going on here. We heard him. Got him running scared. Pay attention to your boost. We are very, very low on boost. We have to be careful of all that. Okay. So we took out 2 hurricanes, a buck, and a Cuddy. Very, very dangerous targets. All of those targets we took out, very dangerous. Also a Scorpius out there. Very dangerous targets, man, in this red level stuff. We're gonna just pull in, try to get this Gladius real quick. Also have to watch out. We're in a bunch of rocks, man. Dude, red level solo is so much fun. It's so crazy. It's risky to do this in a Hornet because the Hornet is a bit easier to hit. You know, you're a bigger target. Whereas if I was in a Gladius, it would take longer to do a red level mission, but I would be safer because I would never ever be in danger of being killed because I would just outmaneuver every ship. But the firepower the Hornet brings allows you to get the mission done faster as long as you don't get caught out like I did. I was honestly a little bit too aggressive in the beginning of the video here when we first attacked. I should not have came in so hot. I shouldn't have attacked that cuddy like I did. I should have let them come to me kind of one by one. That was on me. That was my fault.
I'm heading out. Take care.
And there you go.
Good. I think we're in the clear now.
That was
Fight's over here, genius.
Shields
that was the shits.
Don't see anything here.
That was our protect the ship mission. We're going to continue on with our current ship. We did take a bit of damage, but I think we'll be okay.
quantum drive is now off.
We shouldn't have any issue with having this much damage on our ship. We should be able to easily complete this mission still. Double hurricanes really do suck. When you get double hurricanes, it really, really, really does suck.
Quantum drive
But
is now off.
nonetheless,
Foxwell here. Thanks for taking the contract. Make sure to gear up before you head out on patrol. Always pays to be
that's supposed to be the starting thing you say to me, Walton. You shouldn't be saying that to me now. Why are you telling me to get ready to gear up? We're already halfway through the patrol.
running a scan. Maintain your position.
Shields online.
All right. Are we going to have targets here, or are we just going to get away and get lucky? Maybe, maybe. Let's see. Let's find out. Just waiting for Walton to do his scan. I like these patrol missions. They're fun. They bring a dynamic kind of thing to the missions. It's not very dynamic, but at least it's a little dynamic, you know. There's options, there's different variables.
Let's make sure the sector's secure. Head to the marked locations and run a scan.
Okay, so we got some targets coming in.
Scans are showing outlaws inbound.
All right, there's a Hercules there. It's a little annoying. We saw a Gladi, we see a bunch of freelancers. I don't see any Hornets just yet. Or not Hornets, Hurricanes. I don't see any Hurricanes just yet. So we should have a pretty easy cleanup here. We'll make sure we kill the Gladius. We got 2 Gladiuses. A Harbinger might be the biggest problem. If it's a Harbinger, it could just be a Sentinel, and therefore it's not that big of a deal. Gladius is coming in on us. We're just going to fly up and around, pepper in on this Gladius. We'll just take whatever target is closest to us. Is probably what we'll end up doing here. We're going to throw some missiles at us. We're going to flare those off. And this is a fun fight. This is a fun fight. We got a lot of different targets coming at us right now. A lot of different targets. And we're in a Hornet, and we're just going to use our F7A maneuverability speed,
Hey, you're doing good.
put in the business, do what we need to do. It is a Sentinel, so this Vanguard actually isn't dangerous at all. But we have it on our targets. So let's hold it strong here. Lay him out. What's up, Squirrel? How you doing, buddy? Definitely having fun. We're in the middle of making our F7A Hornet video.
Target destroyed.
Doing a hell of a job. Don't back down now.
Got another Gladi out here. We'll take care of him.
Shields hit.
There was 3 Gladdies in this mix. That's pretty cool. You can see the Hornet DPS on the Gladi is crazy strong.
Target destroyed.
Gladdies get annihilated pretty quickly. Got another Gladi in the AO. Oh, this is the one we kind of let go earlier. We didn't actually finish him. So he should be like close to 1 shot after we get his shields down.
Target destroyed.
There you
Pressure
go.
on 'em.
And you got a bunch of freelancers. We'll take those out pretty quickly. Should be possible one capacitor to take out a freelancer, but
Target destroyed.
doesn't always have to be. There's the Herc. Let's make sure, let's get the other freelancer before we start working on the Herc. There we go. Finish our freelancer. And then, of course, we're now on the Herc. We'll swap the lag pip for this so we can just focus on the areas on the Herc we want to. We're going to focus on the back top if we can. The back bottom is okay, but I prefer not to shoot at the cargo door. So we'll see if we can get a little rise up here. There we go. This is where I like to be on the Hercules. Back top. If it's an A2 and it has a turret right there, I think even the M2 has a turret right there. No, just the A2 has a turret at the back top. You do have to be aware of that back top turret if there's an A2. If it's an AI, you really don't have to worry too much, but if it's a player A2 and they have a guy in that turret, just be aware of it. I was fighting it the other day, and I was like, oh, look at that turret and its angles. It's pretty good. But if you stay kind of like at a 90-degree angle like this, that back top turret still can't even hit you. And there is a turret right there, right? Yeah, the M2 does have a turret right there. Hercs still take a little bit of time to kill. But, you know, it's not like they pose a challenge or anything. There you go.
Looks like you're clear. Scans are clear of targets.
These do have cargo in them and stuff. So if you're like wanting to look at cargo and whatnot, you can. Sometimes they can have a bunch of gold in them. Sometimes they could have some good stuff in them. Most of the time, not really.
We're clear here.
But it's completely up to you. I'm here in a Hornet, obviously, so I'm not here for the cargo. But if I had some friends that maybe were in Connie's or whatever, or all that kind of stuff, then it does have 43 oxytocin. That's not bad money, right? All three Hercules have that back top turret, yeah. But a lot of times they're not manned. The AI ones are not manned. But thanks for confirming that all three Hercules do have that back top turret.
Hey, it's Walton with Foxwell. Courtesy reminder to not head out on patrol without getting geared up. Things been wild out there lately.
Alright, so we're moving on to our last patrol location. It's probably going to be the one where we got to check the multiple turrets or the multiple satellites. There it is.
Okay, now that you're here, we need you to check the area.
It's almost like I called it.
Designated points, ping your scanner.
We actually didn't get an ace pilot on this mission. That's okay though. We weren't here to showcase ace pilots or anything, so it doesn't make a difference to me. We're gonna roll up on our first location here, scan the area, blow up the turret.
Check fire.
Move on to the next area.
Head to the next point.
Shields offline.
Alright. Roll up in here. It's another friendly turret. That's a good thing. Blow it up.
Fire.
Let's move on.
Alright. Flying to the next one. We'll go back to nav mode for 2 seconds and then we'll come back into SEM.
Shields
Back to SEM. Being the area. Oh, this is one where we sit here and do nothing. That's good. Okay. Oh no, there was a satellite. I just couldn't freaking see it. There we go. Sorry about that.
On to the next one.
Alright. Moving on to the next one. as Walton is saying. So far we got 3 friendly satellites. Pretty good RNG so far. Depends if you're looking for a fight or not. I'm not necessarily trying to look for a fight. I'm trying to get the mission done relatively quick so we can get the good gameplay footage to a decent amount. Another friendly turret, so no enemies yet. Maybe we'll get enemies on the last part here.
Head to the next point.
Maybe we won't. This one's pretty close by. We don't need to go to nav mode. We'll just stay in SEM. And it is indeed a friendly turret as well. So no bad guys.
Check fire.
There we go. Mission complete.
And with that, our work here is done.
Mission complete. There's the sun. Let's flip around, get us some sun shots. These areas don't... The sun is kind of blocked by some cloud emission and all that whatnot. But that is our Hornet video. That is the F7A Hornet build along with the Super Hornet build, and we did briefly talk about the Ghost. If you're wanting to know anything else about any other Hornets, honestly, I don't know if they're worth flying, in my opinion. The tracker doesn't have its implications put into the game yet, and the regular Hornet is solid, but you might as well run the Super Hornet instead of the regular Hornet. You could get the F7A in-game, guys. It just takes a little bit of effort. You can get the F7A in-game, so there's no reason to not be running the F7A. And I believe the Super Hornet is now purchasable in stores, so there's no reason to be running not the Super Hornet or the F7A. But if you're running the Ghost because you like stealth stuff, that's wonderful too. I hope you enjoy. Fly whatever you want to fly. Have fun. Enjoy the game, guys. I hope this video helped you. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Come stop by the stream because the stream continues, but the video ends now. Oh, and that's Urkel.